Still not entirely sure if I can wear that jersey in good and have a clear conscience right now. Even if it is Bergeron, it's still. Oh, that was quite a return to winning. Hug it out, I guess, even though it's now Foligno doing the goalie hugs, which got to give it up for Uncle Nick for keeping the tradition alive and doing the goalie hugs with Allmark while Swayman is out. But that is a win for the Bruins, 3-1 against the St. Louis Blues. Welcome back to Into the Net, everybody. I'm your host, 100 Bex, and this was definitely the game that everybody needed to sort of like get their heads back screwed back onto their head, screwed back onto their shoulders. Been living under a rock. The weekend for the Bruins has been none too flattering. On Friday, the Bruins signed a racist bully who tormented a disabled black kid back in high school. Mitchell Miller was a defensive prospect who was dropped by Arizona, one of the most inept franchises in the NHL, just less than 2 weeks after he was drafted in 2020, and then because of this, and pretty much everybody was like, "Yeah, this is this guy probably isn't worth it." Apparently, the Bruins were thinking about doing this for over a year, and it was only when they found out that there was apparently a market for this guy that they decided, you know what, we're going to pull the trigger. My friends, is why you should always keep a gun on your a safety on your gun when you don't need to shoot it. I don't understand why we need to make this signing. It's not even that we like. Did we need a defensive call up? If so, I have one for you. His name is Jack Ashawn. Defense is incredibly obvious to anybody that this defense sorely misses Derek Forward. That we'll get into that while we're talking about the game. And first off, before anything, I'd like to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Really just helps out with the algorithm to help a small creator like me grow up get up into the rank. I am still very, very proud of everything that has happened with the Mitchell Miller video that I made. Before I made that video, not a single video of mine had hit 100 views. Within less than 48 hours, that video had eclipsed 300. This game was definitely a highlight for the Bruins, is because it was the first time that we showcased the Pooh Bear retro reverse jerseys. I am still honestly of the opinion that Meth Bear is a little bit better. I kind of like him. I like him better than the last one that we did with just like the mustard yellow Bruin, the mustard yellow shirt with the Bruins and its crest on it. No, that's not good. It's back in on the bottom line, and before the game, the stadium had a moment of silence for a certified Bruins legend. I know that people like to use legend as a joke for someone who had like a cup of coffee with a team, but no, this isn't like Phil Housley spending one game with the Leafs and then dipping. No, Peter McNabb, someone, a man who was one of the who played with the Bobby Orr for pretty much his entire Bruins career. I think they called them like the lunch pail Bruins or something like that. And they are neck and neck in Bruins goals. Bobby Orr has 264 and Peter McNabb has 263, and he died yesterday at the age of 70, likely as a cause of colon cancer. Escape. The Bruins Twitter lost a real one, and Megan Walsh passed away earlier. I forget if it was earlier today or last night, but a fantastic member of Bruins Twitter died at the age of 22. Chris Wagner ended up putting out a tweet in memoriam of put out today at 11:40. I'm very sorry for your loss. My prayers go out to Meg's family and friends. Hang in there. And it just means a lot when teams who have diehard fans, specifically of one player, when that player reaches out for someone who's been taken from us way too early, it shows you how much this teams love to connect to their fans, and the Bruins are absolutely no exception. The Bruins the Bruins players are amazing. I'm not going to say the organization because as we've already stated, the organization kind of sucks. And immediately the biggest thing that confused me about this game is that we seem to have traded the old-fashioned beat the hell out of each other that usually happens in Bruins and Blues games, with just take a bunch of penalties in the first period. Because the Bruins sure as hell did that, taking 4 penalties in the first period, including 3 penalties in the first 12 minutes. It's first it's Riley going for interference on Braden Shen. Then pretty much immediately after that penalty ends, and Grizzlick goes for tripping Ivan Barbashev, and the Bruins kill that. About 3 minutes late after the penalty is dead, the Bruins freaking Tomasz Nosek goes for hooking Braden Shen. Damn, everybody hated Braden Shen today. And like, I don't like the fact that we took 6 penalty minutes in the first 12. We were playing half of the first 12 minutes shorthanded. And yes, we ended up killing all three penalties. Yes, that's great. That's still not good that we had to make sure that we killed 3 penalties in the first 12 minutes. It's bad. That is awful. Oh, and what is it? Not long after Nosek's penalty gets put away, Nico Mikola on the Blues says, "You know what? We haven't. I don't like how the Bruins are racking up all the PIM. Let me get in on it." On David Krejci, and 16 seconds into that one, Bergie centers the puck. Bergie passes across the ice to Bergeron, who centers the puck for Jake DeBrusk to just get a blast on it at the top of the crease. He ends up sticking it right between the wickets of Jordan Bennington to put the Bruins up 1-0. And yeah, and my friend David just texted me about how it's funny that the Bruins took 3 penalties is one after another. We kill all of them, and then the Blues end up score, and then the Blues take one penalty and we score 15 seconds in.
And I suggest to you, it's because the Blues kind of suck.
Torrey Krug, God bless him, I still miss him. Torrey Krug and Charlie Coyle get kind of into the spirit of it, of the old time matchup, and end up going for roughing on each other to put the game on a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Neither team can really capitalize on it, and again, it's kind of stupid that that's the extent of fighting that we get. Takes us into the end of the first period, and into the second, the Bruins kind of look gassed. Like, they do not look. This is not the same team that was putting up. That was gaining up. That was gaining the line at will. Like a few games ago. This team, and I still think that the signing of Miller is still kind of messing with their heads. Although I feel like towards the end there, they kind of flipped the script on it. But the Bruins did not have a good second period. I mean, let's be honest. They haven't really had a good second period in a while. This team routinely kind of drops the ball on second period play, including with the Bruins defense just completely failing to get anything to block off anything on Braden Shen's goal. It was pretty much just tic-tac-toe from Krug to Kyrou to Shen to the back of the net to tie the game at 1-1. But hey, the Bruins. But hey, a little bit after that, the Bruins tie it up on a Genjutsu. All of TD Garden just erupts in celebration as Krejci, looks like he scores on an in and out goal, but it bounces. But he hits the post at just the right angle that it bounces off the post and right back to him. Called the whistle, and the ref still called the whistle, and it was kind of as a goal for a second there. Everybody saw that it wasn't a goal. So the Bruins ended up getting the face off in the offensive zone, but neither team could really capitalize on the second. But the Bruins couldn't really do anything in the second period, so we're on to the third. The Bruins in the third period and the Bruins in the second period it's like night and day. The Bruins in the third period look energized. They look a little bit hungrier. This is the return of the Bruins team that we thought that we saw before the Mitchell Miller side. Dominating the third period. They're getting insane amounts of zone time. Although I will say the zone time clock has kind of run its course with me, because all the zone time in the world can't buy you shots on goal. Come on, we gotta make him work. We gotta make them work for it. Bruins are dominating the first period. They're getting around. They're keeping the puck away from St. Louis. Whenever St. Louis has the puck, it's usually never for more than like 30 seconds. And Bruins get the Pasta pickpockets Ryan O'Reilly and ROR just trips Pasta. So the Bruins are going to the power play for the second time, and during the second power play, it really became evident that the Bruins were still definitely in their heads about the whole about everything. I look mostly at the opportunity that Marchand had, where he just completely flubbed it, and I gotta be honest. And looking at the replay on it, I can understand why it wasn't as easy, because the puck kind of got deflected across the crease, but still, it feels like something that Marchand could probably have. If nothing else than a bad shot on goal. But he just lets it go right by him. The second time when the Bruins are on a man advantage, the second time in a row where the Bruins are on the man advantage in the last in the third period, and Marchand has a go-ahead goal, and Marchand has a go-ahead or tie goal on his pretty much on his stick, and he just completely flubs it. But he doesn't flub the actual go-ahead goal for the Bruins because he's not the one shooting at the top of the offensive zone. At the top of the offensive zone, he passes it to Marchand after waiting a little bit. It's in the air because it got deflected a little bit. Marchand settles it as the defense is converging on him, and he centers it to Bergeron, who is like a double tap of it, where his stick hits where it looks like a slap shot, but kind of if you slow it down resembles a wrister, where he frick. How do I describe this? I'm a little bit high, but where Bergeron hits the lightly taps the stick lightly taps the puck to settle it, and then immediately after just goes into a nasty wrister up the gut to put the Bruins up 2-1. And while I'm happy that we scored both times on the power play, it definitely showcased that our 5-on-5 scoring, at least right now, is definitely something to be concerned about.
There's something else that's a little bit concerning. Ready.
Yeah, somehow our lone 5-on-5 goal tonight came from Trent Frederick. It came from Trent Frederick, and he almost had two of them. In pretty much the exact same manner. The fourth line is out, and they it's Frederick, Nosek, and Coyle, and Smith. Everybody, and pretty much everybody is like, what the hell is Craig Smith doing on the fourth line? And he was like our best when he was really good on the second line. Just a few years ago. I say in 2022, pay attention. Frederick Nosek so Frederick Nosek and Smith pretty much all crashed the net, and for Jordan Binnington to just to fall down, and they almost get the puck to just trickle off his leg into the net, and it almost does, except it hits the post, and Binnington saves it. We're into the Ford F-150 Final Five, and Frederick is a little bit peeved about that. So he says,
"Oh, Bennington doesn't want to have fun tonight. Well, it doesn't want to let something trickle through his legs. Well, tonight I'll have something. I'll put something black trickling through his legs to make something yellow trickle down his legs."
That sounded a lot worse than I expected. Just anyway, Trent Frederick, I think, pickpockets Ryan O'Reilly again. I forget who it is, but Frederick just steals the puck from a bad pat, drives to the neutral zone, on into the offensive zone all by himself. Nobody around him. Just shoot. Just his first instinct is shoot the puck, and Jordan Binnington has it for just a second, and then he trickles right through him. 3-1 Bruins with 3 minutes left in the game. The Blues pull the Blues pull Jordan Binnington, and the and the and neither team can really capitalize on it. Bruins can't get an empty netter. Blues can't get a 6-on-5 goal. Ends 3-1. So what did I actually think of this game? I think that this game is like the start of the natural healing process from the whole fiasco that was from the whole fiasco that was the Mitchell Miller side. Also, if this is how they're gonna play when they're healing, I mean, then they gotta step up the healing process. This was a win that the Bruins probably deserved, but it didn't feel. But when we hit zeros and and Foligno, God bless him, Foligno, God bless you for continuing the goalie hug tradition with Allmark, in the absence of Swayman. It felt like we won, but we didn't. But it's not something that you can like call a quality win. I feel like either team's hearts were in it. I mean, there were definitely players on both teams that had their hearts in it. I think for the Bruins, you definitely can't say that Bergeron, Marchand, and DeBrusque or Frederick were not really in it. But and on the Blues, I think honestly Ryan O'Reilly had a great night. I think that Ivan Barbashev had a great night. And even even Colton Parayko, the player on the worst contract in the entire NHL, well, played pretty well tonight. One of those things where like you had most of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. You could kind of start to put the picture together in your mind as to what what it's actually looking like, but you don't have the full picture, and that's, I don't know if that's necessarily okay, but it's definitely not something that that like you can rest your hat on. And I expect this team to look a little bit better next game. I think it's against the Flames. I expect the Bruins to look better during that game, but I don't know. I think that for right now, I'd say just take the 2 points and run with it. That is going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. And again, thank you all so much for the support on the Bruins sign Mitchell Miller video. It means a whole hell of a lot to me. And if you like that content and you like this content, why not subscribe to keep it rolling out? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And unless there's more Bruins news soon, and unless there's more Bruins news within the next few days, I will see you again Thursday. Take care.